And Ken.
Yeah.
Motion, can I have a motion to approve or amend the agenda?
I would move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
Further discussion?
Number 20's here, just in case you wanna,
Number 20.
yeah.
Oh.
Unless you wanna make him wait.
Let's
Just
move
along
20
for the
up
ride.
there.
I think she warned you.
Okay,
So amend
so,
before we vote.
yes, we can amend, bring that up after, or if they're gonna be here or not.
Kelly.
After 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in.
I'll second that, so.
Thank you. Further discussion?
Can, how busy is he gonna get about the,
You're not helping my timeline.
I'm sorry. God damn, just, never mind, just go.
Okay,
Solar array.
That's number 9.
I know, how much time do you think that's gonna take?
We should probably move it, just to be safe.
A bit?
Yeah.
Can we put that back under, can we do that?
20 and then 9, still okay? Somebody was gonna be on the phone. I don't know if they called in yet or not.
Oh. Sure, that's fine, by me, I'll amend to that.
okay.
I guess okay.
Any further discussion? All right. Sue?
Yes.
Ken?
Yeah.
Derek?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Joel, are you here yet?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And is that your vote for the amended meeting minutes?
In case you didn't hear, we're moving 20 up to number
After 4.
after 4, and then we're moving number 9 after that. Okay.
Was that a yes vote?
That's a yes.
Thank you. All right. On to number 3, open forum, 5-minute limit, public comments for non-agenda items. Anybody?
Great parade.
Okay.
I tell you, I don't know if you ever try to get a head count, but you had a lot of people.
It was a good parade. That's for
He's a
sure.
great crew.
All right, we'll move on to number 4, sheriff's report.
Done.
None tonight.
Number 20.
Moving on to number 20. Discussion and action on Pratt Sanitation's request for the city to pay Ames tipping fees until hauling to Marshall County begins. Pratt?
Well, that was pretty self-explanatory, sure was. So yeah, as you guys, the never-ending topic of garbage, it seems like, right? Unfortunately, with the timeline of the materials getting to Marshalltown, your guys' request didn't get approved when they approved everybody at their last meeting, so we are awaiting that approval. From what I understand, it's a go. They just have to get all the paperwork back from their partnering communities.
We were approved.
Yes, correct.
However, they didn't have it through their attorney, and the agreement are charging us the admin fee to start, which
Okay.
is $7,500. So
Okay.
that was the whole thing.
Okay, so on our end, part of what we were trying to get in before the July 1st was getting ahead of the city of Ames's tipping fee increase, which their increase was like 13.3%. Per the original contract language, that would be a 7.5 or 6.5%, just 6.85% increase for you guys. In order for me just to try to cover the cost, I tried to whittle it down as much as I could, down to like 4.8%, which would be an additional 69 cents per house. If the city would be okay with that, I would like to send a separate invoice for that difference for the month of July, because we did not include that on the July invoice.
My question for you would be, can you show us the cost per ton, or the number of tons delivered for the month of July?
I can come pretty close, yeah.
Because I know the difference in the cost, which was $50 a ton, between the two areas.
Yeah, for Ames was at 75 a ton.
Went to 115?
No, went to 85.
Oh,
Yes,
85.
correct,
Okay.
85. They're expecting to go to 95 when their new facility opens, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully, we're not gonna have to deal with that at all.
Yeah, so in that case, it'd be $20 a ton more than what we would have paid, but $10 a ton more than
What you were paying, which we weren't gonna do any price adjustments. Part of the movement to Marshall County was that we weren't gonna have to do any price adjustments. We were just gonna leave everything the same.
We had a few more miles, so it was kind of a balance.
It's kind of a wash, a little less tipping fee, but we gotta drive a little farther, so, it's kind of a wash, is kind of what we figured. So, I can, if you'd like to see a little more breakdown of that, I can dig up landfill tickets, so.
Otherwise, it was how many, 59 cents or how many cents?
69 cents a house, and we currently charge for 342 houses.
So roughly 23,600.
What's that?
23,600. No,
No, just a couple $100.
yeah, that was dollars.
Missing
Yeah, put that decimal
Yes.
point.
point in the wrong spot.
Two thirty.
Sure.
235.
He says yes.
Yeah, go ahead, send it on.
So we're talking a difference of $236 in billing costs added to our trash. Should have started there.
So
Sure.
Sure. Motion to approve that then?
Yeah.
I made a motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
Further discussion. Sue,
Yes.
Doug?
Yeah.
Derek?
Yes.
Yeah,
So just to go a little,
Joel?
sorry.
Debbie? Sorry.
So that'll be effective until we get into Marshall, which I'm hopeful. I don't know their schedule.
Paperwork signed, it's going back to them tomorrow.
Okay, and then as soon as their next meeting comes up, yeah, okay.
I don't even think it's that long.
Oh, it doesn't even have to wait till the meeting?
No, because we've already been approved through the full board. So
Okay,
this is just them sending us
Just the
back a
formality.
bill for their entrance fees.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have a question though.
Go ahead.
So it says that they don't have the paperwork from Kelly and Slater. What does that have to do with us?
Kelly and Slater are part of their board,
Yeah, they got added to their board.
and so if they need full board participation on a vote, all parties need to have their
Okay.
paperwork filed.
Just out of curiosity, is that effective yet? Because as far as I was just in Kelly last night, and I didn't think their transition was until August 31st.
They may have chosen a different time,
Sure.
but we were all approved at the same board
Okay.
meeting I was at in May.
Okay.
So all three of them.
Well, that's what I mean though, is why, if they haven't filled out their paperwork, then they're not voting members yet, right?
Correct, they would not be, but we wouldn't be either because we don't have our paperwork. However, the board had approved us to be a voting member.
I was under the assumption that we had our paperwork in.
We have not, and that's what we're trying to get cleaned up, and it'll be submitted tomorrow.
Okay.
All right,
Do you guys want to sign anything for that, or are we just gonna move forward with it?
this is recorded.
Okay.
If there's questions, we'll take care of it.
Okay, so I guess I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did send an addendum a couple months ago that you did send back, that I never signed because I realized after we sent it that we didn't add, in that addendum, we didn't add the recycling service that we started in July as well, so, I'm good with whatever. We had talked, a couple of meetings ago about maybe re-signing the contract and then we're renewing it for a full 5-year term since we're adding the additional capital of the recycling. If the council is still wants to move forward in that direction, I'm kind of okay just doing what we're doing with the additional cost for the tonnage until that time, until we know for sure what time, and then we can just redraft the contract with all the language. You guys can do, we can do a meeting where we can.
I think it'd be best if we waited until we're locked in with.
I agree. I think that'll probably pass.
Yep,
So,
I agree.
okay.
That was going down.
Which I'm surprised they still took up trash because they were not part of their organization anymore. So we were like,
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully they don't, well, you know what, right now, how about half of it's not going to Ames anyways, and most of it's going to Boone County, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of, they're broke down quite a bit right now, so.
well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Got you in,
Anything
I'm
else?
done.
sweet, I can go home.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll move on to number 9. Discussion and action on the solar array options, including financing. benefits.
Nathan, I believe, was gonna call.
Nathan, you.
Anybody from One Source on the phone?
Thank you.
Scott, the guy that has been meeting with us, had surgery this week, so he knew that he wouldn't be available. And he was going to see if somebody could call in.
Does not appear that we have anybody online.
If you want to skip the next one, or whatever, so we get some money.
Discussion and action on the table, and we've already set the agenda when this one moves, so if we move past it, it won't come back until next month.
And maybe,
Hello?
is this Nathan? Nathan, are you on the phone?
Sorry, no, this is Wes, just stopped in.
Thanks, Wes.
Okay,
All right, does the subcommittee for the solar want to discuss anything?
well, we can talk about it some. The net effect, and I put it together, just a spreadsheet, I did stop at the bank and they're looking at 5 or 6% interest. Two options that we had was to buy it ourselves or they buy it and do it all and then we buy it from them. The problem with that action or going in that second mode is that they're going to keep the $90,000 that the federal rebate is there. So if at all possible, and looking at financing, we would have this thing paid off in less than 5 years. And then we would be saving $50,000 to $60,000 at year 10. So I would hope we could find some funds to do that and get this thing going. We have to have it installed by December, end of 27. And, that's kind of where it was.
What's the difference in what it's going to cost us versus what we're saving?
We will,
Overall, are we saving in the long run?
after
or
5 years, we are saving $50,000 or $60,000 a
I'm
year.
not gonna be around in 5 years from now.
Now, we hope the city is though.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, what is the difference? Are we actually really saving or are we just investing in something that we're
We're,
not gonna see anything back?
we're
for a
currently
long
paying
time?
$50,000 a year for our electric bill out there at the lagoon. And they gave us a 8% increase this year and then 5% next year, ballpark numbers that will go up. Year 10, the projection, if you look at the pages in here, page 108 would be one to look at. The projections are that we'll be at $60,000 by year 10. By year 25, it'll be at $73,000 a year. So we will be saving that much a year. Yes, we've got 5 years to pay it off, but we're spending, if we put the $50,000 we're paying on electric bill toward that, then it'll be paid off in 5 years.
Will there be a special fund in the budget putting that money back so that it will go to pay it at the end of the 5 years?
Well, we'll have to pay yearly payments.
Okay, do we have that in the budget?
That's, I don't know that.
That's what I'd like to know, because.
Well, if you look at the sheet I put
Money's
together,
tight.
borrowing the money,
Yeah,
the interest charges for 5 years will be about 1 year's savings. I'm using $50,000 a year. So yes, if we don't have the cash, even borrowing money, we're paid off in less than 6 years.
no, I guess I just look at the total, what we have and what we're going to have. Things are going to be decreasing according to state government, but we're not going to be getting the amount of money we have from this pot or that pot or some other pot. We're going to have less money for the total budget.
But the Lion Energy bill is not going to go down.
Oh,
But it'd be nice to, in year 6, to say,
well, yeah.
we've got 50,000, we didn't have to pay Alliant. Year 10, we have 60,000, we did not have to pay Alliant. Now, we'll still have a sun charge because the transformer out there isn't large enough to do exactly 100%. So they're looking at 90-some%. So there'll still be some kind of a charge.
I
I
guess
understand.
I'm just looking at long-term effect, and we have less and less and less to work with.
So I think it might help to clarify, this would be an enterprise fund. So enterprise fund isn't a city fund. This is the wastewater treatment plan is what we are talking about here. This is a direct impact on yours and everybody else's water bill in the city. It doesn't have to do so much with the city budget, although it's still tied to the city. The city is responsible for the budget. It's an enterprise, so it's separate accounting. These funds will save the people who are paying their water bills. That $50,000 a year comes out of your city water bill.
Okay,
And that's where that savings comes in. Direct
That
response
clarifies.
to the.
That
to the
clarifies.
So
budget.
that's,
I was looking at
so in
budget.
5 years, your water bill
Yes,
should be going down.
there is a budgetary impact on
On the citizens that are, okay, that's what I was
on the
looking at.
citizens, but it's on the enterprise fund. So
Yeah.
the citizens will be paying that loan fund through their water bill, okay? Just to clarify.
Thank you. That helped a lot. I just didn't understand. I was just looking at the budget only,
Derek, go ahead.
not understanding the total thing.
So not to throw a wrench or anything into what we have sitting in front of us, but they've specified that that transformer isn't big enough to do 100%. Have we talked with Alliant about getting a different transformer that could have a higher capacity so that we can meet 100%?
I don't believe we have, I don't know.
I don't think that we've talked to them about it, and I don't know if it's up to them to change that. It would be a cost of us probably having to get a new transformer.
That is my understanding is that the city would be responsible to pay for the cost of the transformer to upgrade.
Gotcha. So
So
I'm just,
depending on the percentage saved, whether it's.
It'd be worth
3%,
exploring, for
right,
sure.
Whether it's
Just-
3% or 7% might make a difference.
yeah, because if we're still not covering 100% of our cost here, so we're saving money, yes, but we still have additional cost that's gonna keep ratcheting up. Where if we can get that facility 100%
So
off grid,
maybe after 7, 8 years or whatever, we can take some of the savings money and see what it costs to buy
well,
a new transformer.
Well, they'd have to put more panels in
And
then
then-
too. Now would be the time to do it if we're going to, probably.
yeah,
That would be the time.
I'd recommend exploring that and looking up front what that potential cost would be and being able to see what that's gonna.
How big is that transformer?
I believe the city of Maxwell has a representative through Alliant Energy that Wendy should have the contact with. If not, I'll look for it. And a simple phone call to him will resolve it.
Because
He's
it
the
sounds
one that
like-
helped us when we moved the power lines outside of town next to the bike trail and those kinds of things. So
Okay.
they're willing to work with the community. Especially for discussion on things like that.
Because yeah, if we can get that whole facility offline and size the whole solar project to accommodate all of that, I think that'd be worth the exploration, especially in the beginning stages now versus once the system's paid off, then you try and add on, well, you're gonna have different technologies in 5 years for solar panels, you're gonna have different rates across the board on everything.
I don't know that we'll ever get to zero. You know, I've got panels on my house for, you know, residential may be different than commercial, but there is still a minimum charge. My last 2 months, I've been under $10. It's negligible, but I don't know if zero is ever going to be a target number,
Well, and
but
you
very
could
small
also
amounts.
approach the idea of it becoming a solar farm, not just a replacement solar farm for the facility. Where you got plenty of land out there,
Mhm.
you could oversize it and just meter extra out, potentially.
Well, I wish we had somebody that could answer that, but,
I don't believe that legislation passed this year, so hopefully it'll come up again in the future years, but until the power companies don't have such a stranglehold on the legislature, that probably won't happen.
Gotcha. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
All right, any further discussion on item number 9? Any action to be done on item number 9?
I'd suggest tabling this until you have a bit more information for some of those options.
Item table. Moving on to number 5, consent agenda.
I motion to approve all of those consent items.
I don't.
Or do you want something split up?
I just have some things.
Can we have a second
Second,
discussion?
Okay, on G,
guess it's expensive.
a couple weeks ago, we had a situation with people out in the street, people over at the gas station, parking all over everywhere, people on the sidewalks, all drinking, and that is against the state laws for a liquor license. It's to be on their property only. I got this from a bar owner, okay, that knows that he's been in business for some time. State laws say you cannot cross a street with a container. They can't be on the city property unless they have a permit to do so. And I think that she needs to know what the state laws are prior to us approving a permit, alcohol license. Because there needs, either she has to have some security to make sure it doesn't happen, put up a fence and say on our property only. But there were traffic problems, and this doesn't come, it comes from me and 2 other people that complained about it, about not being able to go down the street because of all the people out in front. And there were motorcycles all over everywhere, and when you have a bar, you have to have control of it. So she either needs to have security there or signs that must be on my property if you're going to drink.
I think they probably do have signs inside, maybe it says, well, I mean, you can go out on her property to drink. But most times they say something like, no alcohol beyond this point.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
that's
just
all
saying,
they can do.
we're opening ourselves up for problems down the road if something isn't done about the not following the Iowa laws.
No, I don't think that,
Did anybody call Story County?
no.
Were there any?
It was
reports filed?
after, it was afterwards that I heard from the other 2 people that called.
They did call.
They called,
Did they?
they called me to say, you know, what's going on with this? And I haven't brought it up before, but with this application, I really feel that she needs to be aware of what the Iowa state laws are and some way to control
She
people.
does. I'm sure she knows what the Iowa state law is, because every bar owner has to go through classes on that stuff. We also need to make sure that people are calling, they shouldn't be calling a city councilman about a complaint about
personally have called law enforcement and get no response whatsoever, which is typical. And
But that's, at least it's on record that the call was made.
the call was
So
made,
the call
I
says-
identified myself, I gave my phone number, and I get nothing back. Maxwell gets no service for what they pay the Story County Sheriff for, other than driving through town.
We're gonna keep on topic though.
Yeah,
please.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, this needs, before this is approved, we have to have assurance that she will control her property, her customers in some way.
So you're asking for G to not be included in the consent agenda?
Correct,
H on the new one.
yeah, H.
G is the street.
G is-
report.
yeah.
Thank you.
No, yeah, H.
Addition H. All right, any further discussion? Any amended motions?
I move that we not approve the license.
There's a motion on the table.
the motion was to approve it, right?
Yes.
Correct.
My motion,
And I second it.
I don't want to amend mine. I think that discussion needs to be had, but I do not want to hold up her business for a month's time.
This isn't against her, it's that we are breaking the law by allowing a license to be given to someone who is not obeying the Iowa law.
So,
That's what it's about, this is
so I
nothing
look
against
at it,
her.
Sue, as she's obeying the law. It's the person who walked across the street that broke the
Oh,
law.
That's
The
the basic.
people, it was a
I'm just
crowd.
saying,
That's who would
it's-
get the ticket.
she has,
That's fine,
she has no idea. She can't watch the door the whole time she's open and say, you have to leave that beer here, because that guy's gonna walk out anyway,
her busiest
and
time,
he's gonna walk across the street to go see his friend down at the park.
no, this was a group that were together across the street. They were on the sidewalk, they were over in the fire
Well, then
station.
that's not her problem. They're not on her property.
No, they're not on her property, and that's where the law is being broken, because it has, if she has a license, it has to
Are
be
you
on
sure
her
that she got
property.
Do you know that
Alcohol from
she's, are
You
we
sure that she got
positive
the
she
alcohol
sold
from-
the
they got
alcohol?
Oh, well, it was very odd.
Are we positive though? I'm just saying, I mean, that's how,
If you wanna break the law, you just do what you wanna do.
I'm just saying, that's how picky they get.
But Kenny, what they need to, she needs to have some type of security then, to make sure that her customers are obeying the law that she has to obey.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
any further discussion on this?
No.
Joel,
Yes,
Doug,
Yes.
Sue,
No,
Derek,
Yes.
Ken.
Yeah.
The motion carries. On to six.
that always does.
Resolution 2026-41, a resolution adjusting fiscal year 2027 wages for city employees.
A motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
I sent some numbers out that were misinterpreted, Ryan, or Derek. Thank you for asking. My boys are named Ryan and Derek, excuse my Freudian slip. And I want to make sure everybody, I'm not proposing that we cut any staff or do anything that way. However, I am a little concerned that if we have fallen this far behind, that we need to give raises of 10, 20, and 25%. We have been asleep at the switch, because that's what these numbers are. I just want to make sure everybody is aware of where we are.
Should it be cost of living?
Well, it's
Whatever
cost of
the federal
living
cost of
You have
living
and
is.
merit and
Inflation, you have cost of living, you have quite a few different things that all are stacking up.
But
very
there are a
quickly.
lot of government employees, and there's also social security and disability payments that go by the cost of living. And I think an everyday person, cost of living, federal cost of living should be, if that's what everybody else has to do, I think we should be following the same thing.
Did you tell the governor that for me?
No, seriously, am I right on that? But it's the same, I mean, it shouldn't be
It's a
an
council
exorbitant increase.
It's a council
I know when
decision.
I did payroll, that's kind of the way we based it.
Well, with FICA and IFRS, which I know are not a direct benefit to the employee, we're between $35,000 and $36,000 of increase that we have here. So we just
Those were all levied for.
don't have to spend it just because you budgeted it.
I'm not gonna tell taxpayers that we're asking for their money for a certain thing and not spend it for that.
It'll stay in the account.
I will also mention that to keep qualified and experienced staff persons, you have to pay to keep them, and we could levy for the remainder of the benefits, which would include health insurance, which we don't provide. We could include
Understood, yeah.
dental insurance, which we don't provide. And I can tell you, dental insurance is gonna cost us way, or your health insurance is gonna cost way more than this little increase.
But the insurance is usually for full-time only, correct?
Could be, could be,
I don't
could
think you
be,
can do it for part-time.
it can be subbed out, it can be purchased at a percentage, just like we do our vacation time.
School can't, I don't know about if the city can or not.
So just something to keep in mind. Anyway, any further discussion?
So when they, this goes through, they're getting back paid?
To July 1st
This, yeah.
Okay.
for this fiscal year.
So
Retroactive to
I'm just
July
saying
1st.
that, I'm just saying that in the future, we need to make sure that these numbers are done straight and everything, so they're not getting a lump sum check and getting, you know what I'm saying? Is if it's back paid so many months or whatever it is that, and we're gonna pay them, they get their regular money and then they get this back pay, they're gonna get
Tax on it.
taxed on it.
Right.
So that's really not too fair to them either, so.
Unfortunately, this time, the evals were done, it just didn't make it to the agenda.
Okay.
So, yes, that was the intent.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, in the future, we need to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Yep.
So, all right,
Very good.
I just want to make mention of it.
Joel,
Yes,
Sue,
Yes.
Doug?
Yeah.
Derek?
Yes.
Yeah,
On to number 7, opening discussion and action of fiscal year 2026 audit RFP bids. What I mean by bids is bid.
Singular.
bid from,
RGE and Associates, West Des Moines.
So is that bid one of the 2 responses, Wendy?
Yes.
Okay. I was looking at the packet, I was like, well, there's 1 response and there's 1 bid, but if there's 2 responses, I just was making sure I didn't miss something in the packet.
So there was no bid from the second response, is that,
Second
No, he
response was
said
stating
that-
they're,
that was the one we have.
Short staffed, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is this a different company than we've been using?
It's the same one.
It
They're
is
the
the
only
same.
ones that responded with the bid.
Alright, I guess I thought it was a different one because they use their acronym instead of their full name this time. Alright, well, that's good, at least I know who it is. Wendy, can you pull up the cost of the state audit from Rob Sand's office, just so, because we had that last year, we can still utilize that as a cost basis. So if they decide that they don't want to use this one, they would still have the option of always using the state auditors. But I want them to know what that cost was.
Last year, she told me it was almost double what we paid.
I want to say they were 12,000 last
It was
year.
It was a
Yeah.
lot.
was the results of that audit. I wasn't around for it, but was the results of the state audit comparable to the results that we've been paying for?
we haven't had a state audit. We've been purchasing audits off the market because we've been saving on average between $3,000 and $5,000 a year by doing that. We're required to have annual audits to our debt load. So this is one of the things that we continue to do. Plus it's great fiscal management of the tax dollars.
And the only one that responded was number 7.
Yes.
I just think we need a fresh set of eyes to look.
So the estimated hours for the annual examination service is 50. The estimated out-of-pocket cost for travel, report production, and postage is $300. The hourly rate for all personnel is $125. And for them to do their annual examination services for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026, the grand total of $6,575. And they provided an agreement, a signed agreement already.
Can you tell me that amount one more time?
I will pass this around for anybody who wants to see it.
6578.
Nothing new here to hide. Any luck, Wendy?
I believe it was 12,000.
Okay.
And I know other clerks are having problems getting someone to respond to them too. I'm being told there's an accounting shortage for state audits.
Well, that's what it looks like from.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of liability that goes into it, and one of the bonuses that we have is that this company has audited us multiple times, and they already know, and they sure wouldn't be coming back here to ask to do it again if they were concerned about their repercussions. My opinion.
That makes sense.
I make a motion to accept this RFP.
Is there a second?
Yes. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none. Doug?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Derek?
Yes.
Sue?
So which one was it of these, Dan?
It was the RGE.
Number 7.
7? Okay, thanks.
All right, on to number 8, resolution 2026-43, resolution for adoption of the Iowa Road Act program utilizing Lincoln Financial Group. Excuse me. Do I have a motion before I move on?
Make a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve, Joel, was that your second? Ken,
Second.
discussion.
I have had questions since the beginning. I can't find any towns that I've talked to, and maybe I'm missing the people, but the only town that is involved in this, as far as I know, of our size, I didn't try to contact any larger, is Colo. And Colo is doing it at the initial money coming in being the firefighters or the EMS people. There are questions about what happens when they don't fund it. There are questions about when if somebody leaves or if somebody's upset that they didn't get qualified. I unfortunately see this as a lot of problems. Now, the state law said it can be funded, doesn't have to be funded by the city. Fund programs from gifts, bequests, or any other source for purpose of providing the funding match required. The other question I have is the funding match. It's a 3-to-1, we think, but there's $500 maximum, so that's a goofy amount that you'd be putting in to end up with 500. If you have 4 to 5, it'd be 125. I just am very leery of this whole process. Yes, it was passed by the legislature. Dollar for dollar is a phrase in here, and that's not what it's supposed to be, because it's a match of $3 for every dollar contributed. I just am very concerned about this and the fact that no one else is doing it. Is there something they know that we don't? And we were going to be paying a company from New Jersey to administer this, which doesn't sound too efficient. And they're charging a percent and a tenth or something like that. Just lots of yellow flag, maybe not red ones, but yellow ones that, in my mind, on this.
New Jersey.
I believe it was New Jersey.
I dealt with New Jersey people and companies over there and
Well, it's not local, is the point I'm trying to make.
yeah.
My retirement fund is in the East Coast as well, but I don't know what that necessarily has to do with it.
You dealt with different people.
Other than extra things for Wendy to deal with.
Yeah, and there are so many
Since when do you
options
guys
available for,
not give me work to do? Okay.
there's so many options available for a retirement fund now. But is it necessary for us to go through this not being absolutely 110% certain? That's my thought. There's options that they could do on their own if they're going to put money in, and yeah, they wouldn't get, but that's the same thing that Joe Blow across the street has to do.
Any further discussion?
Well, I don't mind if they're using their own money at a 3-to-1. It's a great payback. But there are just so many unanswered questions that I'm concerned.
Sue?
No,
Doug?
No.
Joel?
Yes.
Derek?
I'll abstain.
Ken?
Yes.
All right, we have a tie vote, so that motion fails. On to number 10, discussion and action on establishing 3 meeting dates and locations for the comprehensive plan session with ISU, policy design, urban plan. I love sorting these papers.
I like running this one mouse around.
Wendy, did we get clarification on the dates this time?
Yes,
Okay. So the dates are accurate on here.
yes, they're all
We have secured-
Wednesdays.
We have secured the, MAC for the August 26th date as it is. Did we get the 30th as well?
She said we could have the side room.
Yeah, for the 30th. I
For
asked
the-
for the main room for the 26th as the, residents are welcome. We need to get something out on that.
Okay.
So we can have some people show up.
The others flip flop. The 30th is the community input meeting.
Oh, yes, I probably do.
The 26th is just us council members. and
Yep.
Okay, yep, all right, so Wendy, if you wouldn't mind communicating that, see if we can switch vice versa.
Sure.
There is a cost with the community center, and I will take care of that.
Could we use the school if there's no charge, it's a significant cost?
I will cover it.
Oh.
Personally,
Okay.
what?
You're not putting in requests that you'll cover personally.
Nope. we already
No,
did.
okay. Sense of humor, sorry.
So the 26 you want at City Hall?
No, we're just in the side meeting room.
Okay.
That's, at the community center's fine. There'll be additional people there. We can use the space.
So there's no action needed to be had with this if it's kind of already set, correct?
Yeah, we'll get
More so cemented.
information and making sure everybody knows where to be and when.
The 26th, I might be late getting back over here. We have our strategic planning meeting over in Western Iowa, but I should be back by about 4 at the latest.
Wendy would probably need to ask about securing it for the 28th as well, since that's a community presentation, and that'll be the big room. And then the December 9th could be the presentation just to City Hall. Anybody have any issues with that?
Sounds good.
Well, to number,
You need a motion, says discussion and action. I think
we discussed, no action needed.
no action needed, okay.
Number 11, discussion and action on 621 Second Street's request for an autistic child at play sign.
I think a motion we approve.
Second.
Further discussion. So I will say that this was made to me first, and I requested that they refer it to the council. It's not something that I'm able to do. So my suggestion for the council, though, is that they should put something along these lines into the ordinance if they're going to be making signs they're going to put on traveled roadways. Otherwise, why do we make parking signs in the ordinances?
One of the things that I did found during my research on that was that we should have a ordinance that also includes that just because we post a sign there does not mean that we are held liable if something happens to that child
Just a caution sign.
with our sign there.
If it's just caution, we wouldn't be liable, would
Did
we?
the city let the public know that they needed to take caution because of an autistic child?
Right.
So now the city has assumed the liability of that there was caution needed in that space.
With
Welcome to
Yeah.
the court system.
With the proximity to the school, if I'm correct on location, instead of having the autistic child at play, would it make better sense to just have children at play so that
Yes,
that sign has got better longevity beyond that child's residency?
I don't disagree. I wasn't 100% in favor of making identified individualized signs because now I'm going to need a sign
You're
for
gonna sign for everything.
Armadillo Crossing or whatever else. So,
generalized.
a generalized sign, and there still should be, in my opinion, added.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for joining. At least now we can see a pretty face.
Boy, I'm glad my people touched the ground.
And with having a generalized sign, the amount of liability assumption changes a little bit too on that front, where it protects the city a little bit more, but also it's still gonna bring that attention to the area that it's needed. I think it's a good compromise.
Any further discussion?
So I would suggest or offer that amendment to the original motion.
There you go. Change.
You agree with the amended motion?
Yeah.
Any further discussion on the amended motion?
Since that was kind of like the transition, what, can you repeat the motion?
Yes, the amended motion is now to go to a generalized children at play sign in the area and then I think we were going to work on putting this in the ordinances or replace these signs.
Don't we already have something in there with children at play?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't remember reading it either.
Doug,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
Ken.
Yeah.
Derek,
Yes.
Joel.
Yes.
Motion carries. On to number 12, discussion and action on mayor signing engagement letter with Dorsey Whitney for bond council for the 2026 SRF water treatment plant discharge project.
A motion to approve.
Second. Further discussion? Hearing none. Joel,
Yes.
Sue,
yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Derek.
Yes. For some reason, I thought we already approved that at a previous meeting, but.
We proved that we were going to reach out and get with them, but now we decided the agreement.
Gotcha. Okay.
Number 13, discussion and action on Story County Housing Trust owner occupied repair grant for 220 Maxwell Street.
A motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
So,
Go ahead.
no, after you.
Does was it this incident only, or has this been this way for a while from previous problems?
I'm sorry, what?
Is the foundation problem from this, the last big rains that we got, the 12 inches or so, or is this something that's cumulative?
This is part of the grant program that was applied for months ago, right?
Yes. And these are new residents, so I don't know how long the problem has been.
Well before the 12-inch rain.
Yes, because the
Okay.
process was done
That's what I
before.
was wondering.
So I had a question about this. Are we as a city supposed to select the contractor that they use?
Yeah, you have to approve, a bid,
Either Anchor Walls or Thrasher?
yeah.
What was your motion?
I just said to approve, but I'm going to amend it
Thank you.
because I wanted some clarification on if we had to select one or the other, or if we gave that option to the property owner.
I'll still second that.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Our total grant allotment is 50,000, correct?
Yes.
Have we allocated all the 50?
We haven't done any.
That's what we're doing.
All right, I understand that, but have there been applications enough?
There was 2, and then there's 2 more that will be on the next agenda. They're still working on estimates for me.
Because we did this, we didn't get our timing in last year to do it. We did it the year before, and we selected 3 out of 8 applicants. I'm wondering if it would maybe be worthwhile to contact those others, if they're still in the area, to see, to just to mention to them that there is another round of grants coming.
I sent them all,
Oh, we did,
I
okay.
sent them all packets and called. Yeah,
Right.
they didn't want
Thank you.
to.
I couldn't get anybody to apply.
All right.
Can't give away freely.
Is there paperwork here? I won't apply for what the street that is flooded for 4 years now. Because
That wouldn't meet the qualifications for this grant.
it did it again this time around and it's destroyed my foundation.
That's not what we're discussing right now.
No,
So my amended motion would be accepting the Thrasher. I didn't specify that before.
Okay, I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Joel,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Sue,
no,
Derek,
Yes.
Ken.
Yep.
Number 14, discussion and action on Story County Housing Trust owner occupied repair grant for 408 Second Street.
Which,
with,
That'd be,
Devon Farms and Custom Services,
yeah, Premier Custom
Premier.
Builders and MD Plumbing.
Potential change order.
the, which one did you say for
The first one,
the Premier?
yeah,
Premier is who you're suggesting for your motion.
yes.
All right,
I was second.
further discussion.
So, MD Plumbing looks to be planning for worst case scenario, which I've always enjoyed, being able to see, okay, if something happens, this is what it could turn into. It looks like worst case scenario, part of that would potentially come into a city cost, if it gets all the way out to the street. If I'm reading that correctly, or is everything from street forward there?
From the sewer connection at the line to the residence.
It's all residents, okay, okay,
The tap to the house.
gotcha. So, yeah, going with Premier will still give us roughly
Bless you.
I'm going to.
about a short 30,000 left for the additional applicants to work with. So we're trying to do more with as much as we have.
Yep.
So I'm in agreement with your Premier option.
Any further discussion? Sue,
No,
Joe,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Derek,
Yes.
Ken.
Yes,
Is there a reason you're not approving grant funded opportunities for residents in town?
the only thing I've been fighting for 4 years to try to get somebody to help me with the problem I have with my basement being destroyed, the furniture down there being destroyed, carpeting having to be taken up, black mold in my basement, and I'm getting absolutely nothing, and I haven't for the last 4 years.
Did you apply for the owner occupied rehabilitation grant?
That's what I didn't know if I could or not, being a council member.
you're also a citizen.
You would just abstain from your own vote.
Yeah, you would
You would
abstain
just
from
Well,
voting.
I didn't know whether I could or
Well, you
not,
still can.
but I still can, then I will do so, because I've got a mess. The valuation on my home went to half of what it was
All right.
by the Story County assessor.
On to number 15, 2026-46, resolution approving change order number 4 for the Baldwin Street project.
Motion to approve the change order.
Yes, so we can talk about it.
Further discussion.
Wes, any thoughts, if you're still there?
So I have information on this. This was, we started in on the 5th Street. We found out during the construction project that we had 4 1-inch water lines tied into the main underneath Baldwin Street that stretched miles. And because we never hooked up a sewer main as it was supposed to be. So there is now a sewer main, and this was to run that sewer main down 5th Street, 250 feet, and added the extra fire hydrant at that location, which allowed for connections as city code requires. The council already approved this once. This was discussed during council past. This is just 2 years later. This never made it into the packet. So this is paperwork cleanup. This also covers the mailbox post that was damaged. Was it damaged or I don't know. And then the beam curb, which I had made a suggestion to install because It solved the issue of a runoff water issue on the property. So you notice the $39,350, that's additional main, including the fire hydrant, the exploratory potholing. That was because there were gas lines, water lines, and everything else all in the same area, and it looked like Spider-Man went crazy. So this is where we're at. This is a cleanup of stuff that's already been done.
And Mayor, if I may, this was stuff that would have actually been approved a long time ago, but it got held up because of the other change order questions on the liquidated damages that they weren't responding to. So this one just kind of hung out and got drug in with that one for the improvements.
Yeah, thank you. Any further discussion? Questions? All right, Sue,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Derek,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Joel.
Yes.
On to 16, resolution 2026-47, a resolution approving pay application number 4 for the Baldwin Street project. This is semi-final pay app, is that correct, Wes? Should only be one more application for them to pay off.
Yeah, that's how I understand it. This is the semifinal, which would only leave just the retainage, and the retainage is paid out within 30 days.
As I look over the motions.
There is no motion yet.
Oh,
I
all right.
apologize. I just want to get clarification on that.
No, that's fine.
I will make the motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
Looking at page 157, they are looking at 12 days. However, if you keep on fishing through to page 160, I'm still on the day count, 45 and a half is what they're acknowledging that they are over, but they're only going to count 12 the way I'm reading this.
Looks like their 12 days is just utilizing the substantial completion, not the finishing. So
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, and
that's what the DOT backed them.
at least they acknowledge that they were here an extra month and a half, 2 years to finish.
2 years later. Any further discussion? Joel,
Yes.
Doug,
Reluctant, yes.
Sue,
Reluctant, yes.
Derek,
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Get rid of it. We don't have to let him do anything.
17, resolution 2026-43, resolution approving the transfer of funds from fire EMS and Washington Township Trust to investment accounts.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Very good. Derek,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Ken.
Yeah.
Joel,
Yes.
Sue. Let's skip the page. On to number 18, discussion and action on possible scooter and e-bike ordinance.
Certainly up the discussion without an action, because we don't have anything proposed for.
Yes.
Okay. So I do think that there should be something put in place. I'm not sure what that verbiage exactly looks like yet, because it's been talked about with multiple different agencies across the state and at the state level of trying to put something into writing of what this actually is. Do we wait and see if the state puts something out for it and then adopt that? Or do we try to go similar to what Waukee has in place as an example and try to look up their ordinance and not necessarily copycat, but kind of piggyback off of it?
I've got Clive too. I could make up a chart that gives you Waukee, Clive, what's the other one that I did? I've got notes from 3 different places and I don't know what I did.
If we can look at
West
their
Des Moines or
ordinances, maybe,
Norwalk.
maybe parallel them.
Yeah, and put it together and see what they all agree on and what's just separate for each one and kind of make the decision from there. But I thought this was a good idea, just to have this as a basic to start from.
Joel, can you help me with, I have a question.
Okay.
A e-bike or a bike with a electric motor
Mhm.
becomes a motorized bicycle or a motorized machine. And all motorized machines are operated under the Iowa code of 321.
It depends on the speed of,
Mhm.
of the,
So under 25 is considered a moped class, correct?
To 20.
no, I think,
Mopeds can go 25, yes.
Yeah.
So then anything under 25 becomes a moped and the laws are already on the books and how it can be enforced.
They should have a license and be over the age of 16.
Yes, to operate on the streets.
I do think that one thing that needs to be,
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
okay.
So we can operate a vehicle on the streets, a motorized vehicle, as long as it's under 25, following the moped and state regulated laws. What is the difference between me having a bicycle and doing the same thing, or a scooter?
They should all be considered. Because
How much governance does the people need, is what I'm trying to say. How many 10-year-old kids need to be governed on what they can and can't do by the law? And tell me, if we call the sheriff, and the sheriff is in town, and he finds this 10-year-old kid who ran a stop sign, the sheriff is going to do what anyway?
no,
He's gonna take him home and talk to his parents.
parents should
And they
be held
kill the-
accountable.
they kill out there, bring the thing.
And if you do it in 10 minutes,
Shouldn't
So-
the parents be held accountable? And there are some of these that say
that
that
hard?
the parents are fined if the child under the age of whatever it is.
So is that the city's job? Because now we are turning it into a civil violation.
But if the parents would do the job and teach their kids in the first place, we wouldn't have this problem. But we do have a problem. Are you hearing me? Really?
I would like to also mention that you're looking at Waukee's deal there, and Waukee has a population of 34,400.
But I've got these others
And not
too.
830, which probably, I don't know what percentage is kids from 14 and under. I mean, kids are in junior high and
And I can tell you,
it's
when I walk around town and I see a kid doing something silly and I have a conversation with them, they understand.
they understand.
And I don't have to pull out a badge. I don't have to bring lights and sirens. But I just stop them and talk to them like a human.
I think I'd ask them for the address and go talk to the parents too. Because that's why I wanted to have a meeting, and I talked to the sheriff about having a meeting between the sheriff's department, the community, and have it at the library, and we would, anybody who would want to be there, an educational session where the kids then understand, hey, I can't have a license until I'm 16. Oh, there's a stop sign, I have to stop for it, because that's where our problems are coming. I don't want a kid getting killed. That's my purpose in this.
I hear you. And there are laws that protect the drivers and there's laws that protect the pedestrians.
But I don't want
Depending on the
something to happen, so it has to be used.
just to clarify one thing, moped licenses are age 14.
14.
Thank you.
Okay. I guess I was looking at this.
All right. Anybody want to do anything with this?
think we need information from elsewhere and see where it comes, where agreed, and adjust whatever we have on the books to whatever we feel needs to be done for changes. But I do think there need to be
I'd like to
changes.
not waste your time, look at that, because I don't think it's
I think with all the cities that are looking at something right now, I think it's gonna get brought to the state level, and we're gonna have something coming out next year. I mean, it's becoming a big deal, so I think it's gonna be, it's either gonna come from state, or there's gonna be something that the county puts out, or
Right.
Bragg is allowing
Yes.
e-bikes on there,
Yes,
so,
they are.
yeah. So there was
I
e-bikes,
just hate to see us
e-bikes all the way
something
across
between now and then.
Iowa.
I'd rather see us get it done sooner rather than later, and I do think that we need to do something.
Oh, there's,
Again, it falls.
there was somebody in Nevada that was riding their e-bike and measuring how bumpy the sidewalks were or something. I thought that was kind of cool. So you could tell who's gonna have to get new sidewalks or not in the program. I thought it was, so I mean,
Were they following all the laws?
he was a city council member.
Right now, like, all over town.
I'm not gonna touch that.
We had this on their council meeting on Monday night, so you got it right, Joel, a lot of people, and this is my third council meeting this week, and two of them, I didn't go to the Nevada one, but I really think if you want to move on this, and I know it's not my point to speak, but your elected representatives, Carol Warmy and Brett Barker might be the place I go to, so they're tuned up and ready to act on it in January. Thank you.
Hearing nothing else, I'll wait to remove table. Moving on to 19, discussion and action, Maxwell codification project, question set number 5, chapters 120 to 160, and water conservation cycles. You want me to go through one by one?
Yes, please.
Okay, question number 1, does the city have a need to add regulations for mobile food vendors?
Do you have the current ones you could just read so that we're all on the same page?
That's 166, that's what I just read. Question number 1, provided by Justin. Justin?
Yes.
If you do, need to add it to chapter, it's not chapter 20, is it?
Chapter XX.
I don't think we have anything
Is
in
he just
there.
trying to ask the question?
Yeah,
Or, you know,
if we need to.
I don't know. The food vendor is governed enough by
Or covered with other
State.
things.
state, so.
So I would,
And most of our food vendors are managed through our local organizations that handle those, so.
I say no.
Yeah, we don't require a restaurant in town to have a license for food.
Right.
So why would we
right,
require, I mean, they still have to go through public health, Department of Public Health for the state to get approved to do it, so.
Everybody good with no?
No.
No, it is. Question number 2, current language for the removal of snow and ice has stagnant assessment cost of $20 per street side. This amount is still current. Would the city like to change this to an hourly rate, charged based on the amount of time it takes to remove the snow and ice plus the cost of materials? I would say yes, and $20, as that is our cost of our part-time staff
At an hourly rate,
at an hourly rate.
$20 an hour.
20 an hour.
switching that to an hourly rate instead of just $20 a side.
It's probably not gonna make as much money, but it's more feasible. We can also charge for the cost of the materials, which is the running of the machine. Charge an hourly rate for the machine, and council would like to put that in there.
Well, by the time we put FICA and IPERS and everything, it's another 17%, so maybe 20 isn't enough. If we're paying the employee 20.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking was, why don't we,
Didn't
Or you can make it a set fee, and I would leave it at $20 a side. That's basically what it boils down.
Well, it says per street side. Does that mean my property edge to edge or the whole side of the street? So that's a little vague.
I think
Corner property has two
Would have two.
sidewalks,
right, I think that's what they're referring
so
to.
they're
Okay.
$40.
Any sidewalk based on the street.
So that would be double it then.
So it'd be 40 bucks for somebody on the corner.
Where if I had to do my shop down here, it'd be 20.
Big one.
So
And it's not gonna take an hour for most,
it's not gonna take an hour.
for
Didn't
most
we
of the
just
shovel.
have to buy, didn't we just have to buy snow equipment for the, hooked onto the lawnmower?
Not with this big snowblower we got.
Yeah,
We had one, okay.
So
I think
swap
we
it
should-
to 40.
$40, that's good.
$40 a side.
Okay. And a corner then would be 80.
No motions, this is just discussion.
Yeah.
Yep.
$40.
The ordinance will have to be adjusted.
All right.
Sidewalk, snow and ice removal costs, current language is, excuse me, the current code has language that allows for residents who are disabled or 62 years of age to apply to City Hall for free snow removal. I had no idea we did that, but it's something.
Yeah,
If that's
I didn't
something
either, but let's add my address.
I can add mine, I'm
Driveway.
disabled. Look at my
We could
car.
do a third of the town.
I don't think that charging $40 for those who aren't doing it is gonna cover the cost of that. I don't think that's, I mean, I like the idea and the principle behind it, but I don't think that's
Do
the
we
city's
have anyone
responsibility.
signed up and utilizing this currently?
I think we had 3 this
3 or
past
4,
winter.
I think, is what
Okay.
Oh,
was
wow.
last year.
But it's just the sidewalks. We don't do driveways.
Forget it.
I think there's enough kids that can do it for somebody who needs the help.
So do we want to redact
So we're
this
gonna
out?
amend this?
I would say, agree with that. I
Okay.
think that's a liability the city doesn't need.
Because otherwise it's not gonna get done, and then we're complaining because it's not done.
Yeah.
But they have a legitimate problem. Is Railroad Street the same as Short Street? No.
No. 2 separate streets. Sidewalk permit. Yes. Is it,
And it's whatever safe building tells me it is.
Yeah.
Based on the footage.
based on their contract rate?
So do we need to modify wording saying that it's established by Simply Safe,
We could,
whatever?
could be the fees for sidewalk permitting is based off of permit.
Agency?
Well, it's appointed permitting agency.
There you go.
Because we have to reappoint every year. Number 6, has the city adopted SUDA specifications? Is that something the city wants to do at this time?
Wasn't that a question last time?
It was.
Yeah.
Wes,
Said yes.
this will be a good time. Is this where Wes, are you there?
Wes,
You there? He's not feeling well, so he may have touched out.
I thought last time.
No, I'm
Okay, sorry, Wes.
that's right.
So this is a question that we had from Justin in regards to adding SUDAS to our ordinances. I think we had a little bit of conversation about that before. Can you help us with what that conversation entailed?
Yeah, so CDOT, the statewide urban design specifications is what we've basically been using for a lot of our reviews. It's very exciting to use standards that have been widely used in the state. It's not code, it's not statute, but it's been developed we started with some of the metro areas, it's standard statewide and it's operating the DOT, so it's a very good set of standards. This is why we use it, people have adopted it, it's good standard practice for certain engineering design for public improvement. So it was a good thing to officially adopt it. It helps us have standards to stand on to make sure that we can enforce
they were starting on the development there by the water tower, SUDAS was requiring more than what met the eye or what looked like a better plan. So are we limiting, if we adopt SUDAS, are we going to end up doing more than what we want to do in certain cases? My only concern.
No, not necessarily. So CDOT is a guideline. The guidance says the jurisdiction always has to go to the CDOT for a lot of familiar. The jurisdiction can alter, waive, or change anything they want to. Because using direction or the justification. Some communities, like Des Moines, they like to change a lot of things. And so when they adopt the CDOT every year, they have a supplemental specification to include the list of things they want to change because they want to do it. So it gives you, it's a good guideline, but it also gives you some flexibility within that guideline to go between several different options. For example, like the sewer materials. So the sewer materials in CDOT allows a wide range of sewer pipes. Some pipes that allow you some things they don't want to allow because they're a little cheaper in. But if you include CDOT, there's an acceptable option for cities to allow if they want to, and cities can also always say, no, we don't want that. And I go down later. But it's pretty broad and provides some latitude so they're not over-designing for something that doesn't make sense, and or come up with a different standard that we can go with. But make sure we get something that's going to last and be worth it.
Thank you. That answer your question?
Yeah.
So, is this something that we would want to do? Do we want to add this?
I thought we agreed last time that we were, when it was brought up when we talked with Wes about it last time, I thought we all agreed to implement it.
But it has to be added to the ordinance, so we never added it to the ordinance and never got put in place.
Gotcha. I don't see a problem with putting those guidelines in.
Yes. Number 7, building codes. Please verify the city wants to adopt and use the following versions of the international building codes. Whatever the newest additions would be my recommendation.
I believe those are the 2024 International Mechanic Code.
And then so we would want to ask them to update that. And then we'd also ask the same thing for the International Energy Conservation Code. And I think that went in with the solar panel modification to our ordinances. Anybody? It was before we got here, Derek. You don't remember? Can you ask that just to review our solar panel to verify that it has the updated Energy Conservation Code book?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know we did our setbacks similar to buildings, but I don't remember any further.
International Swimming Pool and Spa Code.
So does that need
Adopting the international
switch?
existing building code. I think if we just go with the existing building code, it covers it, right?
I'm not sure what his question is in there. If he's wanting us to switch it to the other code instead of what it's currently doing.
No pools supposedly up on Runner Creek. Does that need to be changed and taken out now that it's no longer Doc's property? Because
What's that?
you couldn't have a pool up there, and I didn't know if that was in the ordinance or if it was just one of his specs when everybody built up there. You remember that? No
At
swimming
one
pools?
point, but yeah, there are half a dozen up there now.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that was in an ordinance or if that was just one of Doc's perks.
It's not a city ordinance.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
No, it fits us here.
Yeah, so we want to move it to the 2024 edition for all of the codes. I think that should be the answer for all of what you guys
Yeah,
think.
bring them all to the most recent.
Then entertainment businesses. Do we have a need or desire to regulate adult-oriented businesses within the city?
Do we currently have anything?
It's kind of an underground, I don't know.
What's your address, Cal?
It's public. Do we have any need?
Hey, at this point, we're trying to get more businesses in town. Why?
Business is business,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, as long as they're paying taxes. Okay, so no. Basement house definition, the zoning code currently utilizes the following definition for basement house, is this correct? Basement house means a house consisting primarily of basement only and built with the purpose of adding a story and a roof at a future date.
So
So there's not a-
If it
Not a roof on
has, if it
basement
has
house.
a roof,
It
it's a
does.
house.
There is one here in town.
Is it?
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
living quarters are in, that is the living quarters.
But
So-
basement house in this case means a house consisting primarily of a basement only and is built with the purpose of adding a story and a roof at a future date.
So it doesn't have a roof now.
So it doesn't have a roof, but we're
Okay.
calling it a basement house without a roof.
You don't, that's kind of dumb.
We should adjust our language.
Yes.
But it's in our language,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
you should say fixed.
When can you have it fixed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, never know.
Almost,
I-
I almost made it. That was really
Can
close.
you just add unless that
I
is
know.
a living quarters?
You did well. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, on to number 21, resolution
Make a mark.
2026-45. A resolution to fix a date for a public hearing on proposal to enter into a water revenue loan disbursement agreement and to borrow money in the under a principal amount not to exceed $350,000.
So,
I have a question. We're still on 19, aren't we?
I think you missed the water.
Yeah, we missed the water conservation.
Never mind, going back. Last question. This last one. Does the city have any water conservation regulations? We are seeing this more and more cities adopting water conservation language in the code. And we asked for examples. Provide those.
Two of them.
Did. I don't know if what needs to be in there, because it's really just a declaration of stopping the water usage based on, I mean, as far as I understand, the mayor has the ability to control shutting off the water if they have to shut off the water. Or limiting mowing or watering for lawns. I mean, yes, we can add it into ordinance and then we can enforce it. I think that's probably what this boils down to, is having the ability to enforce somebody watering their lines if we have to go into restricted status, which I've never been a part of one here, not to say they won't, but
I'll say with us getting water from the one waterworks though, it's a possibility.
do we?
Don't we get water from?
No.
Oh, I thought we got that.
All of our water is well water,
No, it's just
Okay.
free.
2 out of 3 we do.
I would suggest that we keep the sample that starts on 212 in our back pocket if we ever do need to implement one. I
So-
like that one.
I think that's what the question is. Should we consider adding something like this now while we're reviewing the code of ordinances? And if so, which one would we like, or would we want to take a match for ourselves?
I like the 212 sample better than I do the one that starts on 207 myself. Just how it's worded and doesn't draw it out too much. If we were to do an implementation, that's what I'd recommend.
So the other side of this is that now that we have a copy, we don't necessarily have to do this through Justin. We can let him know that we will be putting one forth if the council would like to put one together and include it for our ordinances and vote on it and have our 3 meetings.
I'd say right now, just leave it as is, and this is something we can mull over in the future.
Sounds good.
Instead of saying, yeah, let's just adopt one of these chapters,
Right,
and then we don't like it, we have to make changes. Let's just
fix it right from the beginning.
fix it from the beginning, and
So you volunteered to adjust the
No.
ordinance?
That's what it sounded like.
That's
no,
what I heard.
it's not. Okay, I like 212 as well. There, I just adjusted.
All right, table for now.
On page 173, though, we still have the extra outside meter in our current language. Is that going to?
That's,
Needs to be amended.
Yeah.
Someone needs to bring in a.
I thought we already did that.
I think we
Already
did
amended.
that in our prior,
Yeah, that was
Okay, we
did fix it.
prior, question 7.
Okay,
Or number 4, question 7 or whatever.
all right. Just check.
All right, everybody good going to 21 now? That's right. I didn't want to jump in and you leave anything else out. All right. Resolution 2026-45, resolution fix the date for a public hearing.
So motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Discussion.
Right, I did that before and then.
Are we on a big time crunch on this or not? Because we can do it when we have that other meeting in August, potentially if we needed to.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be done that soon.
Okay.
I think we can just add it to the, I think we can add it to the September,
September agenda.
as a public hearing then. Plus that gives us time for publication.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody have any concerns about setting our September meeting?
This is first public hearing?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
You're adding that to your
Yes.
motion? Are you accepting his amended motion?
Yeah, I second it.
I second it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was already listed here. Yeah, September 9th.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, it's listed on 227,
very good.
and towards the bottom,
Section
In the
1.
resolution, yep.
Okay.
September 9, 2026.
Further discussion? Sue?
Yeah.
Bill?
Yes.
Doug?
Yep.
There.
Yes.
On to 22, discussion of possible action on approving Councilman Western Doors registration fee for attendance to the Iowa League of Cities Fall Conference to accept the certified elected municipal official certificate.
It's 227 or $275 for the registration fee as long as we do it before August 21st. And then I'm gonna pay the extra $125 for my wife out of my pocket. So.
get a nice weekend getaway, right?
I'll be honest, first time I read that, I thought it said resignation,
Wow. Okay.
but,
Well, you know,
I would motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Nothing else to,
I'll second.
Thank you.
I shouldn't be standing up when I said that.
Any further discussion? Sue?
Yes.
Joel?
abstain.
Thank you. Doug? And Derek?
Yes.
And it's not just for me to accept it, it's also I'll put the training on there too. So.
All right.
At a casino or something.
Huh?
At a casino.
On to number
Spend like
23,
$20 and be back in my room by.
engineers report. Russ, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still there. So I had to find everybody.
No worries. So nearing completion with Baldwin Street.
Yep, so the right we're doing, we talked about that already, this is kind of a wrap up, once we get the money paper signed, and there's, some formal acceptance that we have to do, which will probably take, council action, that'll be that full. All our dispensers with that, on the contracts with what the police have to do to, contractors or stakeholders, and I don't know how much that we do, who's gonna cover for us, how much we have to do, but there may be some stuff like that, that they do, paperwork, on that one, and I think, I'm probably, I don't have my paper in front of me, but I think that's all we had on that one there.
Yeah, I believe so. Rock Creek Ridge,
Rock Creek Ridge, I received some this month, in the last week, earlier this week, some preliminary pavement done stuff, which is something we've been asking for, we've been looking for some of the drawings, so, there's, development engineer again, we have built that, so we're building that, so it's a pavement section, which we've been asking for. I responded to that for them today preliminarily, just so giving the heads up, so there's something in it that we don't allow. But so, they will have to do a formal submittal on that, just to get all the things that they have to, I think, clearly look at it before we get to all that again, so we get that today. But once that's approved, I think they'll be paving, if they haven't paved already, but I think they have,
and the paving and the bonding is what's left in order for us to approve building permits, correct?
Yeah.
And
Yes, yeah, the water main, storm sewer, all that has, we've got the punch list, they got the punch list complete on that, and we verified those are all acceptable to, our regulations, so they've been part. We just completed and finished grading, it's out there left to that part.
water treatment plant,
Water treatment plant, so I don't know if you guys sure to sign that contract yet, there, I think I sent it back to you, yeah, earlier, with Corey.
signed tonight. Sorry, we got it signed tonight.
Okay, perfect, good, yeah. Remember, we're not, we started receiving some submittals, we got drawings, so we're doing those reviews. They're still waiting on some scheduling stuff to work out, so they're not, we're gonna start tomorrow. But, that will be getting rolling pretty soon. The DNR is still working through their SRF process. So that'll give it one thing on for the night, to keep that moving. We are reviewing on our construction permit and that sort of thing, environmental assessment, we had some questions on that, we responded to them last week. And then he said, once we have that all wrapped up, so there's a letter on that, and then we start the construction permit review. So he's not moving fast, but as long as we stay ahead of it, we need to turn dirt, we'll be all right. So I started our schedule, and so he knows that. We'll hopefully get that flipped around. His review, things on the SRF on the big side, his review is they can't take their next step until that construction permit is done. That's kind of a first pass right now. We're still working on our side of the construction for the SRF work on the, if they don't totally get no until, the construction permit. It's working, we just know that.
Your connection is not great, so we're trying to listen to what you're saying.
So, my phone's probably down too, it's been a long day.
No worries. No update on ADA sidewalks. We've sent our information off to the full design, right?
Yes.
That we weren't doing anything with. No update on the TEEP study, Baldwin Street, no update there. And no update on Trailhead, no update on Woodlawn, no update on water treatment plant. So, anything else, Wes?
Nope, that's all I got. What do you have for me?
Nope. I don't think I have anything. Anybody else have anything? Alright, we'll let you get some rest and get healed up.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yep, thank you, Wes. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Alright, on to the council and mayor report. Stare,
Why am I always first?
because you're the first chair.
I was gonna piggyback off of the Rock Creek Bridge deal. So we do not have a signed agreement for development out there with them currently, correct?
No, we do.
Oh, we
No, they haven't signed.
Oh, they haven't signed it? All right. Well, we
So-
signed it.
We signed it and we went through and authorized the disbursement of that 80,000 grant towards that. I think we might be in the best interest of the city to withhold that until we have a signed agreement in place.
Yeah, well, they don't have the permitting either, so until that's in place, nothing's happening.
Okay. I just figured that it should be brought up and mentioned, just so everyone's aware of that. That was all.
All right. Sue?
As I was coming down Maxwell Street, right across on the west side, and the school parking is on the east side. There's a place in the road that there's been gravel filled in, but it's pretty good sized dip. Is there more gravel available to fix that?
Yes, but unfortunately, we put more gravel in, and then we'll have to take it back out when we pave it, so.
And when might that be?
Don't know yet, but I will address that with Tony.
Okay, and then on a couple different Mondays, I saw a city truck going around and just driving up and down the streets like they were looking for sticks that needed to be picked up. And aren't we supposed to be doing that only if somebody calls in?
I don't remember what we put in there.
I
Yeah,
thought
I think
that's the
so.
way it was. Somebody called in, then they went out to do that. Otherwise, we were wasting money and time and gas on going around looking for trouble.
I mean, that depends if that's what he was doing, or
Yeah.
they could have been looking at the roads too to see if anything needs repaired or anything after storms, or.
No, this was like 2 consecutive weeks that we had to be out and around. Okay, that's what I'm just going through here. I made myself a lot of notes.
I have another thing up.
It's like double for seconds.
Yeah.
That's why he wants to be
Almost
last
guaranteed
instead of
for it.
first.
Oh, I
He will
just,
be.
I hate,
Turns out you can be
That's
first
it.
and last.
Okay, last or first.
In that biblical phrase.
I like to quote my favorite racer, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, yes. Do you have anything else?
no, those are the things that I had notes on.
Thank you. Joel?
Is the city going to make a stance on the proposed gravel pit west of town?
Corey.
City is a non-political affiliated organization.
Right.
We do what's best for our community, and our community resides within the city limits of the city of Maxwell.
You could be a politician.
I know it.
He is.
Roll my pants.
You could be a politician. Everybody here is entitled to a personal opinion of that, and the impacts and the effects that may have, and the fact that it's close enough that it could possibly have. Not likely for our water supplies, we would be well below the area that they would be digging.
I see some benefits and some disadvantages, both ways on it. I just didn't know if that was anything we were gonna send off anything to supervisors of how we felt about it or anything, so.
I would encourage any citizens in the community to do so.
All I got.
Thank you.
Nothing.
All right.
Ken?
No Ken? So I guess double charge, Derek. To make twice of zero is still zero.
That's true. Oh, I should have wrote it down.
Now
You're
it's
not
3
that
times the
old
charge.
yet.
I know. Must not have been too important. Sorry. Completely have nothing.
All right,
Can I say something else?
yes,
There was something said at last meeting that I took great offense to and feel that I was being very disrespected. And I've said it before, and I'm not gonna say it again, I will just go further. That I'm not gonna put up with the disrespect that I have received. And I was asked, why don't you just resign? And I know you've all heard it. I wanna know why, and why would he ask that at a council meeting? That's
Between you and him.
And of course, he left early, so I couldn't ask him. But it's wrong. That type of behavior does not belong in a city council meeting.
All right. And for me, I feel like the city had a fantastic turnout over this weekend. A lot of people in town, a lot of people having a good time and enjoying all the things that were brought to town. And I commend the organization that put that together. Good job on that.
Parking needs to deal with that next time. I had, here again, I had somebody call with a complaint. I didn't go, obviously, I couldn't walk like that. But parking seemed to have been a problem, and people being able to drive with everybody going every which way. That's what I was told.
Are you done with your thirds?
No, not that I know
I'll
of.
finish mine. Thank you. Anything else?
Your motion.
Oh, well, I do think it's time to resign. No.
I accept your resignation.
No. Ron, let's adjourn.
I'll second.
I knew you would. But why? I don't understand why. I've
Is there
done,
any further discussion on the adjournment?
I don't,
Yes.
Doug?
Okay.
Sue?
yes.
Derek?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.